Superman vs. Thor. One from Krypton, one from Asgard. Two legends. One swings a magic hammer, the other hits like one. Some say it's not even a fair fight, but let's break it down and see who really wins. And hey, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs, and these character analysis videos take a lot of time to make. First, what they are. Superman, last son of Krypton, living solar reactor. Under a yellow sun, he becomes a problem for physics. Strength that reads like a dare. Speed that turns distance into a rumor. Senses sharp enough to hear a heartbeat on the other side of the planet. This version of Clark has been ramming for years. He's benched the impossible, wrestled cosmic engines, survived things that should erase matter, and he keeps getting stronger. When he cuts loose, weight stops mattering, space starts bending, and his heat vision goes from laser pointer to star core. Thor, crown prince turned all-father. A god raised in battle, tempered by loss, and lately, supercharged. Not just the mighty Thor, the king. He still carries Mjolnir, but now he layers Odin's sorcery, stormcraft that spans realms, a phoenix, lineage that refuses to die, and a season as Galactus's herald that left cosmic residue in his veins. Thor is myth with upgrades. Okay, numbers on the board. Strength. Superman's the poster child. He moves worlds like furniture, shatters moons by accident, and throws hands with beings who treat universes like chessboards. He doesn't really have a ceiling. He has a throttle. Thor isn't far behind. His shocks split planets. His tussles shake Yggdrasil, the framework holding whole realms together. He's overpowered world engines, hauled serpents that loop creation, and arm-wrestled gods for fun. Edge? Call it razor thin. If you want the tidy headline, Superman for peak raw push. If you want mythic scale through artifacts and willpower, Thor keeps pace. Durability. Both are brick walls with feelings. Thor eats god-level strikes and asks for seconds. He's tanked realm-shattering blasts and kept swinging. Superman's taken nukes to the face, black hole nonsense to the chest, and got back up like it was cardio. They recover fast. They fight longer than your upload bar. Verdict? Wash. Speed. Here it tilts. Clark lives in speed. He crosses the map in heartbeats, processes fights in micro moments, and blitzes when he decides a fight needs to end. Thor can be quick. Mjolnir breaks time on a good day, but he's not consistently living at Clark's tempo. Edge. Superman. Powers and hacks. This is where Thor cooks. Mjolnir is more than a hammer. It's a Swiss Army singularity. Weather manipulation, matter manipulation, dimensional trickery, energy redirection, life force drain. Layer the Odin force and Phoenix lineage plus that stint with the power cosmic, and Thor's toolkit becomes a nightmare of, oh right, he can do that. Superman's kit is tighter but brutally effective. Heat vision that cuts gods, freeze breath that can shut down physics for a second, microscopic precision, macro scale muscle, and solar regeneration that keeps him dangerous as long as the sky's bright. Edge. Thor on versatility. Skill and mindset. Thor is born and raised for war. Centuries of technique, weapons, feint, magic feints, and the patience to take a hit to land the hit that matters. Clark is a brawler who learned finesse, brilliant with angles, positioning, and how to end a fight without ending a life. Different goals, different choices mid-swing. So how does a real fight play? Scenario 1. Empty arena. No civilians. No time limit. Bell rings. Thor opens with storms that blanket reality, chains the battlefield with runes, and hurls Mjolnir on paths that ignore distance. Superman answers with speed. Close the gap. Stress the guard. Force reactions. If Clark lands a clean blitz before the spells settle, he can stack damage fast. If Thor survives the first rush, sets wards, and starts siphoning or binding, the fight turns technical, and the god's bag of tricks gets heavy. Scenario 2. Open sky, bright sun, moving pieces on the ground. Clark thrives. He's the surgeon here. Selective force, precise heat vision, freeze breath to stall, infinite angles at speed. Thor still hits like a myth, but Clark's ethics don't slow him. They focus him. He'll move the battle, save the bus, return in a blink, and keep scoring. Scenario 3. Long war. Attrition. Both can go for days. Thor's magic stacks over time. Superman's solar battery never quits. The deciding factor becomes control. Can Thor pin Clark with binding magic or sap enough energy to make speed irrelevant before Clark tears down the spellwork? It's a race between setup and blitz. So who wins? If you force a single answer with today's versions, on raw, clean physicals with no prep and no attachments, Superman edges it with speed and finishing tempo. On breadth, the weird, the mystical, the did he just rewrite the room? Thor pulls even, and in some setups, ahead. My pick in most neutral settings? Superman, by a hair. Speed wins exchanges. Precision avoids the worst of the sorcery, and sunlight keeps him fresh. But swap the stage to a rune-laced arena with time to cast, and Thor can absolutely flip the script. That's why this matchup stays legendary. It isn't rock, paper, scissors. It's chess at Mach 1. Your turn. Pick the arena, city, void, Bifrost, Red Sun Trap, and I'll run the rematch with your rules. Until then, Krypton or Asgard? Who you got?